Hi there folks and welcome to the What Solutions for this week's Daily Rigour issue number 69. So our first story in the news this week, so businesses have been encouraged to adopt the Daily Mile scheme that's used by many primary schools across the country. So we've got 1 mile is equal to roughly 1.6 kilometres. How many days would it take a pupil to walk the equivalent of a 10k race? So as we can see in the question, a 10k race is 10,000 metres long, and of course we need to change it into kilometres, and we do that by dividing by 1,000. So 10k, a 10k race is 10 kilometres long, and the question is how many days would it take them to walk this distance? So in other words, how many times does 1.6 go into 10? So it's a wee divide, isn't it? So 10 divided by 1.6 is 6.25. So 6.25 days, but of course to answer the question, we've got to round it in the context of the question. So how many days would it take a pupil to walk the equivalent of a 10k race? Well, the answer is going to be 7 days, because this means 6 and a bit days. So to cover that full 10k, it's going to happen after 7 days. Okay, so on to the next story, science story. So sea level fears as Greenland darkens. So there's this big Greenland ice sheet, which is adding 1 millimetre a year to the rise in the global average levels of the ocean. So it's about this big global ice sheet is about 7 times the size of the area covered by the United Kingdom. So how many square kilometres does the Greenland ice sheet cover? To give our answer in words. So it's 7 times more than Britain, so we're just going to multiply the area of Britain by 7, and that gives us this big long number here in square kilometres. But of course the question wants us to give our answer in words, so we have 1 million, and then we've got 697,000, and then of course that's followed by 465. Okay, so on to our health story. We've got 9 in 10 GPs rated as good or outstanding. And what is this figure? First of all, is a fraction, decimal and a percentage. So 9 in 10 can be written as the fraction 9 over 10. So how do we change this to a decimal? Well, we actually do 9 divided by 10. And of course when we're dividing by 10, we move everything down one place value, so units would become tenths. So in other words, 9 over 10 is 0.9, and we change this to a percentage by multiplying by 100. So 0.9 times 100 is 90%. So the inspection has nearly taken 3 years to complete and involves 7,300 surgeries. How many of the surgeries were rated as good and outstanding? So basically we've got to work out 90% of 7,300. And how do we do that? Well, we can find 10% first of all by dividing by 10, and then we get 90% by multiplying the 10% by 9. And if we do that calculation correctly, we'd get an answer of 6,570 surgeries. So good for them. Okay, our last story, and this is quite a nice wee story. So a pensioner, 62 years after he earned his first pay packet, handed it over to his mother for safekeeping. He got it back, and in this pay packet it was £2 and 15 shillings. So 15 shillings of course are old money, and a shilling from the 1950s was worth 12 pence. So how much was his pay packet worth in pounds and pence? So he's got paid £2 first of all, but he's also got 15 shillings. Each shilling is worth 12 pence. So of course for the purposes of writing it in pounds and pence, we need to make this 0.12 pounds, won't we? So it's going to be add 15 times 0.12, and if we process this calculation, obviously we've got to do the multiply before the add. That's going to come to £3.80, and that was his weekly wage, and apparently that was quite a good weekly wage for somebody that had just left school. And now times have changed since the 1950s in terms of what you can earn now. That £3.80 wouldn't be a weekly wage, it would be what Rigour Maths would pay you per hour if you ever decided you wanted to leave school and come work for Rigour Maths. But anyway folks, there we have it. That was our Work Solutions for the Daily Rigour issue number 69. Hope you found that enjoyable, and stay tuned for next week's edition when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. In the meantime, thanks for watching and bye for now.